Just to the sky, to the sky.
I'm going to show you how to make an easy DIY disc golf basket. First, I'm going to show you the materials, and then I'm going to show you the finished product. Some of the tools we're going to need right off the bat is pretty simple. A drill with a drill bit, some scissors, tape measure, and a wrench. That's pretty much it. Now, if you don't have a drill, that's okay. You're just gonna have to do things manually, which will be a little bit harder. All right, so let's go to the base. Now for the base, I have a wood round here. These are really nice, really effective. I really suggest using one. If you can't find a wood round, you can also use like an umbrella base to do it, but these are really sturdy, and I would maybe look around, try to find one if you can. They don't have to be this big, they could be a little bit smaller, but this is really going to be effective to holding your disc golf basket. Okay, so on this disc round, you're gonna need to get 2 floor flanges. Okay, these are 1-inch floor flanges. All right, and you'll just go right on here with that. In order to secure these to the wood, this is where you're gonna have to drill a hole in here to get these really thick screws to be able to go in there. So these are 3-inch screws, and they're Spacs, and these things are monsters. You wanna be able to drill and be able to, where the head of the screw fits nice and tight in there. This thing ain't gonna be moving, okay? We're gonna go with our pole here. So this pole is 60 inches. A professional disc golf basket is about 66 inches height. So this isn't exactly the professional height, but it's very close. And this is a steel pole. This thing's about $20. Here's the thing, you could do a PVC pipe. I would just make it a little bit thicker, maybe 2 inches. Be prepared, that might not be as sturdy as this. So, and make sure they have the threads on both the top and the bottom. Once you get the threads on, you're just gonna thread it into the floor flange, all right? And with those screws in there, that thing's not gonna move. And I'll show you that later. Next up, for the basket, to be able to catch the Frisbees in the basket, I'm using a garbage can lid. Now here's the thing, stores like Home Depot and Lowe's, that's where I got all this stuff, they don't sell garbage can lids separate. Okay, so I had to buy a whole garbage can to get this. If you could find one on your own, that'd be wonderful if you guys have any extras, but it needs to be, I would say about 26 inches, 24 to 26 inches, about 2 feet in diameter. That would be big enough to catch the discs. You're going to be able to slit some holes, slit a piece in here, and it's just going to go right in there. So it'll just come up to about right here. You could use anything you want with the basket, really. It's whatever you have available to you. I got this. What I'm actually going to do is I ordered two sleds, round sleds on Amazon, and they're a little bit bigger than this, and they're a little bit more sturdy. If you look at this, this is a little flimsy, okay? But I'll show you, it's still working for me though. I got one set up, I'll show you. Okay, next up is how do you make sure these stay on your pole? Well, you got your clamps. These are, I have no clue what these are called, but they're in the plumbing section, and they just fit right up on here, and you tighten them. You tighten them to as tight so it's not going to go underneath it, and then you put the same one on top of it. Boom. So you're basically going to secure your basket in there with that. These are about $6 to $7 each. If you could also use these clamps. These are $1. I haven't tried this, but you could just clamp it on there. It's going to not look the best though, but it all depends on what you want to do. That's just a cheaper option. Okay. Well, this is my favorite part. The next thing you're gonna need is a bike tire with spokes, okay? If you don't have that, you're either gonna have to figure out what you're gonna do, but I suggest getting a bike tire. They are the best way to, they're already set up to hang chains on it. So I just bought a bike at a garage sale, Boom, here we go. And I actually spray painted it so it looks a little bit nicer. This tire is gonna fit right on top of this, your pole here. Boom, look how nice that looks, okay? Now you're probably wondering, well, how the heck is that going to stay on there? Well, let me show you. Your other floor flange, you're gonna put one on top of it, okay? So you're gonna have your other floor flange on the top of it. You put your wheel, boom, right in there, and you can see that's gonna look nice. So how do you secure it? Or with the zip ties. You actually take a zip tie and you weave it in through the holes, through the spokes. So you'll do 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom, you're gonna get them nice and tight in there, and that's gonna hold that real good. It's not gonna move. Next thing you're gonna need are the chains. Okay, so you're gonna need 40 feet of chain, and that's gonna be your front chain, 2 feet long. Okay, so you'll have 2-foot chains, and you'll need about 18 of them. So 18 times 2 is 36. I said 40 feet to give you a little bit of leeway there. That's gonna be your front chain. Next is you're gonna want your back chain, and I suggest you choose a different color. Just it looks a lot cooler. I got 20 feet of these chains, and I did 9. I got 9 of them actually. So there's 18 down spokes. So I put 18 chains around here with this. I put 9 chains around it on the inner chains, okay? And one thing you will need is a chain cutter, okay? And to be able to cut the chains yourself. If you don't have one of these, because these are expensive, if you don't have one of these, it's okay. Home Depot and Lowe's, they have a little machine there that you could actually cut the chains there in the store. It's just gonna take you a little bit of time, and you might have to ask for some help. Next thing are the S hooks. You're gonna need S hooks to connect the chains to the bike spokes, okay? And that's an effective way to do that. Next is just electrical tape, okay? I actually use the electrical tape to kind of keep these in place, and I'll show you that here in a minute. Aside from that, that's all the materials. Let's go look at the final product. Okay, this is the final product. So here's my wood base. You can see I got my floor flange and my 4 spack screws. I mean, this thing is not going anywhere. So you're gonna need to drill a hole and be able to drill these into that. Okay, we're coming up here. Here's my clamp, and this prevents the basket from going down. Okay, you come up in here. Here's my other clamp to prevent it from moving a whole lot further. If you notice, I drilled holes into the garbage can here, the lid, to as like a drain system so water can leave it. Now, if you look at these zip ties here, this is how I connected my chains. I connected these zip ties here, about 5 zip ties to connect my outer chains. Okay, it's actually working really well, and I've been testing this a lot. Okay, you look at my inner chains, and it's connected by 1 zip tie, and these are the inner chains here. Okay, now let's go up top here. I connected my yellow chains with this S hook, and if you notice, I have this little piece of electrical tape right here, and I have a zip tie that I tied real tight, and I cut off the tip. So honestly, this isn't going anywhere. Over here has not done that yet. If you notice, I got my S hooks just right on the base of these, and I actually used electrical tape on each of these. Honestly, it's up to you, but this has been working just fine. They haven't been moving, and they haven't been getting loose or anything. You see the floor flange, and I'll show you the zip ties right here. Okay, so you see how I weaved in the zip ties onto this to keep it on nice and tight. And that is the final product. Okay, I hope you guys thought that this was easy. I'm not good at using tools and all this stuff. I'm not really a handyman, and I was able to do this. So if I could do it, you can do it. It costs around $100 for all of these. The chains cost the most money, but if you want a high quality one, you got to get good chains. And if you want a very professional one, I would just buy one straight up off of Amazon. They're about $180. Okay, this is really close to professional size, but it's not quite there, but it does the trick. It's super fun. I'm really pleased with it. And like I said, I'm gonna get that sled. It'll be nice and tight in there. Also, I usually post music, but if you guys like this, go ahead and give it a like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. That'd be awesome. Thank you.